Well, hello, brothers and sisters. Pastor Moses Malone here, coming to you from the great state of Georgia, little old town called Maryzone. We're right across from the Burger King. That's right. Fantastic. Anyway, brothers and sisters, this is part two of the lies of Tim Henderson. Part two. Fantastic. I think it's going to be part two in a long line of lies. But anyway, brothers and sisters, in this video, I will show you that Tim Henderson lied about what God had spoke to him. So he's basically lying that God spoke to him at all. That's right. It's fantastic. But I'm trying to figure out how to do this editing and all that. So I'm going to add in, I'm going to like splice in little bits from other videos and then add other pieces in from that. So I'm going to see how it goes. Maybe it'll be terrible, but we'll have to wait and see. So first up is, let me think.
We had bought that house a year and a half before for $160,000. God told me they were going to pay me $400,000. And so, lo and behold, the Jewish population is growing, the Orthodox and Hasidic in Lakewood, New Jersey. And at my door knocks a rabbi, and the guy's flanking him. And they said, "We'd like to buy your house." And I said, "I've been waiting for you."
Did they fall?
Huh? No.
They didn't fall.
No, they just looked at me. You know, they thought I was crazy too. It's not the first time someone has wanted to call a psych eval on me, and they called for a psych eval on me. But anyway, back to the story. So the rabbi and these people are there, and they said, "Well, we need to use your land. There was a little bit of wetlands, and we have to own your property to build a walkway and have this as a school and housing so that we can have our synagogue. So we know what the value of your house is, and even though we paid $160, it had declined to about $140, and we're willing to give you such a great offer." And he handed me a piece of paper, or his lackey did. He wouldn't touch me because he was a holy man, you know. And so I took the piece of paper and it said 380, and I gave it back and said, "Nope, that's not what God told me." And they said, "Well, what did God tell you?" I said, "God told me 400,000. Done. 2 weeks later, we had the $400,000.
So there, brothers and sisters, you see that he said that he bought the house for $160,000, and that God told him that he would sell it for $400,000, even though the rabbi was offering him less. He says, "No, God told me 400,000. 2 weeks later, they had the 400,000. So let's just see what he really bought it for and what he really sold it for, because he said he bought it for $160,000 and he sold it for $400,000, just like God told him. But let's just take a look and see what he really bought it for and what he really sold it for. Oh my goodness, fantastic. Brothers and sisters, this is Lakewood, New Jersey. Previously on property number 5 of Mr. Tim Henderson. Let's just scroll down here and see where he is. Let's go. Oh, ownership history. Okay. Oh, there they are. Okay, let's see. So this is what they bought it for. There we go, $180,000. Although he did say $160,000, I think. And the other owners, this is what they sold it for. $385,000. That's right. Although God did tell him $400,000. Now, brothers and sisters, let's just take a look at that location in New Jersey. Lakewood, New Jersey, where there's such a bustling Jewish community. That's right, Hasidic Jewish community, where they built that fantastic synagogue. Let's just take a look at that on that Google Earth and see what we see right there. There should be a big fancy synagogue there where they bought his land so they could build a walkway and all that. And again, brothers and sisters, you can search all this online. It's all public knowledge. All right, let's take a look. This is 6 Van Buren Avenue, where Mr. Henderson used to live, that he sold for $400,000. Well, not really, $385,000. But God told him $400,000. So yeah, let's just zoom in here and look at that synagogue that was built, and the house that was turned into schooling, and was it like maybe housing or something? I forget. But oh, look at it. I think there's the wetlands. Is that the wetlands right there? And then they got the walkway to the big synagogue. Let's find that synagogue, brothers and sisters. Is that it there? No, it's not a synagogue. Is that it over there? No, it's not a synagogue. Where is that synagogue, brothers and sisters? Oh my goodness. So there you have it, brothers and sisters. I'm sorry, but Tim Henderson is a big fat liar. And I'm sorry, but lying about what God said is disgraceful. I'm sure there's some punishment for that. I think he's a disgrace. I think I was blessed with a discernment, or cop on, as I called it. And I knew there was something off about this guy, and it's so obvious. When you see it, it's hard to not see it, you know. So, hello, brothers and sisters, that's my little video. Good night.